I received a packet of seeds from this brand, and I'm super excited to be growing purple coneflowers from seed. I already have it in my garden, white powwow coneflowers. So I wanted to give it a try to grow these from seed, since purple coneflowers are native to New Jersey. So I wetted. I'm gonna try two different ways. So before I even start, I'm gonna try putting a few seeds with a wet paper towel like I have it here. And I'm gonna put some of these in the fridge in a wet paper towel to cold stratify. And I will try putting some of these directly on the ground outside. Right now it's June 1st, so it will be fun to experiment and see how these do outside. So these seeds are from the US. They're harvested here in the US and they are non-GMO. So you can feel good about using these in your garden. And I love that they are native to the Northeast in the United States. And they are wonderful for pollinators and birds. So you will see that once the flowers are done and you start seeing just the seed pods left on the flowers, it's so nice to see the chickadees come to our garden. So that's why I wanted to try the purple version of these coneflowers. So I'm gonna put these in the fridge in a Ziploc bag, and then I'm gonna try sowing a few seeds directly on the ground. I have a little bit of the seed starter organic mix, and I'm gonna just put it over. I scraped off this top section here on my front garden bed. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on top before I start putting the seeds down. So this is what the seeds look like when you take them out of the packet, and I'm just going to sprinkle them lightly. They need sun in order to germinate, so you don't want to bury them. I just press them down with my fingers, and I like to keep this moist. Luckily, like this garden bed, I put a little bit of mulch or even pine needles on top, and that should be enough to get these started. So it's been exactly 15 days. Today's June 15th, and this is the patch where I just throw them directly on the ground. So you can see here, they're already germinating. And I felt like I got a pretty good germination rate. I got a really good turnout considering just how much sun and how dry this can get. I tried my best to keep this area moist, but we've had a couple of 100-degree days the past couple of weeks that I simply could not keep this ground moist enough. So with that in mind, I am very pleased that I even got anything to sprout. So now I want to go check with you this patch that I did cold stratify the seeds for about a week. Now these are the seeds that I kept them in the fridge in a wet paper towel for about a week. So look how much more successful these have been. You can see tiny little green dots popping up from under the mulch. I did add compost first. I added the seed starter topsoil, and I try to keep a couple of like pine needles just to keep it from the sun a tiny bit. But you can see here just how happy these are growing, and they're growing super duper fast. So my advice is follow the instructions that it says on the back of the envelopes and do cold stratify them for 90 days. Ideally, you want to plant them in the fall, so they also have that cold season period for them to be under the ground in the cold. But that being said, I am super happy and super excited that they still germinated with just 6 days about of being in the fridge in this wet paper towel. I still have a ton more left in the paper towel, so I'll be leaving this until the fall, which completes the 90-day period. And then I will be planting the rest of the seeds. But for now, I'm just super happy with these.